Natalie Quella.
And my name is Taryn Ryan.
Today we're going to be talking about feminist criticism in Hamilton, the musical.
Exactly what is feminist criticism?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Feminist criticism examines the ways in which literature and other cultural productions reinforce or undermine the economic, political, social, and psychological oppression of women. Some key terms that we'll be using today is patriarchy and biological essentialism.
Patriarchy is when the cultural privileges men by promoting traditional gender roles. Biological essentialism promotes the belief that women are innately inferior to men because of the biological differences between the sexes.
The main question we're trying to answer today in Hamilton is how are female and male characters portrayed, and how do these portrayals connect to patriarchal ideology?
You may be asking yourself, what is Hamilton the musical even about? Well, the musical tells the story of Alexander Hamilton, one of the founding fathers of the United States, from his early life as an immigrant to his role in the American Revolution.
Not to mention his eventual death in a duel with Aaron Burr. The story explores his ambition, his involvement in the nation's founding, his personal relationships, and most importantly, his legacy.
And yet, this video will not really focus on Alexander Hamilton, but instead, the women shown throughout the story. Now let's talk about Satisfied, one of the more popular songs in the musical that has great examples feminist critics would like to analyze.
For example, in the middle of the song, this is said.
Means lead the way.
Number one. I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry rich. My father has no son, so I'm the one who has to social glide for one. Cause I'm the oldest and the wittiest.
This is an example of patriarchal ideology because women were only useful to the family if they married rich.
So, even though she wishes to marry Alexander, she can't because he has no status that would elevate her own family name.
Her father would be seen as an idiot for letting his oldest daughter, who must carry the legacy of the family, be married to someone so poor.
Jumping right into the next verse, Angelica continues.
Skylar.
My sister.
Number two.
He's after me cause I'm a Skylar sister that elevates his satisfied. Have to be naive to set that aside. Maybe that is why I introduce him to a lie.
Men are only after women, specifically the Schuyler sisters, for their status, like they are an object to be used in the gain of the men's wealth.
Hey. 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 Hey.
In relation to a point seen as satisfied, women are seen as objects in a winter's ball.
What do we have in common? We're reliable with the ladies. There are so many to deflower. If you could marry a sister, your rich son.
Is it a question of if or which one?
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
They're just so cool, right? Thinking any woman wants them just because they're a man? It's crazy!
In all seriousness, this was a sad reality many women faced, being seen as this thing that could be pawned off at the ready for any man's needs, especially on the sexual aspect.
This is a great example of biological essentialism, as the women are seen as inferior, as objects to the men going to the ball, just because of their sexual parts that they claim to wish to deflower.
Not only that, they believed at the time that they'd win in two ways. One, they get to take her virginity, a prize many wanted claim over, and two, only for the money the woman's family's name held that they'd get an inheritance as the new man of the house.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
However, it is not all bad for the Hamilton women. In the last song, Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, we see Eliza, Hamilton's wife, breaking the social norm of women at the time.
Always wanted, he gives me more time. I raise funds in D.C. for the Washington Monument.
Tells my story.
I speak out against slavery. You could have done so much more if you only had time.
Not only was it a controversial topic at the time, but a woman doing it, unheard of. Many women at the time didn't have a voice and were never heard by those around them when they fought for what they believed in.
Will they tell my story, a quote said by Eliza in this song, was the question on all women's mind at the time. For the first time, a woman's voice was heard and recognized through history.
Thank you, Lin-Manuel Miranda, for giving Eliza and other women a voice. For the first time, they're truly recognized.
And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell my story?
Going back to our main question of how female and male characters are portrayed and how these connect to patriarchal ideology, we see that Hamilton recognizes the pedestal men were placed on and how that shaped America.
As well as how women were seen as nothing with no purpose except to please all the men in their lives.
Don't let history repeat itself.
Don't let your voice go unheard.
Thank you for watching.
We ate!